Yo, what's up, Ipa fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and I'm joined here by my co-host Reese.
Yo, what's up?
And it's finally here. Today is the day, and Hajime no Ippo Rising, the anime, is finally being released. Apparently, it's today it was released, but we got it early yesterday. So here's the review from us, and we're glad to bring it to you. So, what's the lowdown, Reese?
Yeah, so episode one, the strongest challenger. As we already know from like the announcements, this fight is basically starting off with Ippo versus Shimabukuro. I finally got his name right.
Yep.
Hooray! Who is also a Fisher guy. So yeah, starting off, I'm gonna start straight with the opening of this episode. Animation, beautiful, on point, super HD. It looks, I want to say, a little bit better than how New Challenger looked. It just seems a lot more in depth.
It is. It
I
is.
think that's obviously because like HD's come along the way, come like a bit further since then, innit? So
Mm.
obviously they've got a bit more color into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta say, man, I don't really like the opening song. I know people probably love it and you
Mm.
might get a bit of stick for it, but personally, it just doesn't have the kind of like same super pumped up feeling as the others had. It's like all the previous songs. Well, I even downloaded them for like when I was doing when I was like working out.
Yeah.
That is how
Same.
pumped and super excited they made me. I was like, awesome. I love it. Favorite one has to be, which one was it? The third opening for the first series of Ippo, the fight in.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that one. It just got me pumped.
I'm gonna be boring and say the first one was for me. That just has that nostalgia value in it. You know how, as you say, it's just proper pumped, like, and all the scenes it shows along the music, it just feels like, yeah, it's time to train and time to get that title belt or whatever. But in this one, I have to agree with you. It's not particularly a bad song. It just feels like it doesn't suit like
Ippo.
Ippo, which is a fighting manga or
Scenes
anime.
were the scenes were on point though.
Yeah,
The
the
scenes were cool.
scenes were brilliant. No point, no disagreement with that because of all the little things they show, like you know what to expect.
Yeah.
But
It's
it
just the
just,
song just didn't have that same connect that the
yeah,
others had.
felt detached from it. But I'm not gonna complain too much
But
on it.
yeah,
It's one of
yeah.
those things. Yeah,
It's just us being a bit like picky.
picky. Yeah, a bit picky.
We don't want it to take away from the amazingness that is anime
Yeah.
Hippo finally back. But yeah, obviously this episode starts off pretty much with a long flashback about Hippo's dad. Which you know what, man? It was sad.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
actually
reading it.
really sad to see it animated.
Yeah.
It almost brought a tear to the eye, man.
It actually is a lot sadder than when I read it because when I read it, it kind of I felt a bit confused because you know like the lack of certain panels and scenes, while the anime kind of fills it out more and you know it gives a bit more explanation. Because when I saw it, it was like, oh, he drowned, and I didn't realize how, but in the anime, it kind of does a whole in-depth idea of how he drowned and like all the other scenes afterwards, like you know, Ippo waiting for his dad and then his mum breaking down. All of that was, you know, heartbreaking.
Exactly, man. It brought a tear to our eyes, man. Almost
Definitely, I'm
sitting
not
there
even gonna.
bawling, just like.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. There's not that many animes that could do that, man. But yeah, it was really well done, especially because you know it was like we see Ippo with his little, you know, his victories at the beginning, then he thinks of his dad, and then it goes into that.
Yeah,
It was really well done. I have to definitely admit that.
it's a nice little flashback.
Yeah.
But you know what? Just kind of funny in that the fact you see like Ippo's mum looking really young, like in her younger days, she looks
Mm.
exactly like Kumi.
That's what I kept thinking because I had to look at the manga and I was like, no, she doesn't look that much like her. But in this, she looks like, you know, like a split image.
Exactly.
Uh, I'm wondering if it's just, you know, the anime style and it's just like, you know, they made her look the same, no intention, or maybe this is intentional. I don't know.
It probably is. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, man, just like weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally get to meet Shimabukuro, and they finally put a voice to his dense muscliness. And you know what? I want to just say I envisioned it to be a lot more deeper.
Yeah, same.
I pictured it. I pictured him having a much deeper voice, just for the sole fact that he's just so dense.
The guy, yeah, he just eludes that, you know, that whole I'm a tank kind of
Exactly.
person.
The guy is just. muscles upon muscles, man.
Literally.
It's like if you get hit by him, you're probably gonna die. It's like his henchman Chris was in Resident Evil 5.
Oh, please, Chris is nothing compared. It's like if he had grenades in his arms, this guy, he's got freaking, he's got something else.
He's got tank shells.
Tank shells, yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah, like I said, like we're saying in it, his voice pitched it to be a bit deeper, but I guess it's all right, you know.
Yeah, it kind of does, still work out.
But yeah, that brings into a perfect segue of the new voice of Coach Kamigawa.
Oh yeah.
You know what? The guy is doing a very good job.
Actually, you have to applaud him, man, because if you were watching this and you didn't know about the original voice actor passing away, I doubt you would tell the difference because he really did live up to that.
Exactly, man. He just sounds a little bit more youthful.
Yeah, a bit younger, innit?
Yeah, he just sounds a little bit younger with it. And other than that, everything else is pretty much
Yeah,
spot on.
yeah, very spot on. It's like literally he feels exactly like him. Like, you know how
Exactly.
when he insults he's boxers, innit?
Exactly, man. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, we're gonna hear some next different type of
Yeah,
voice, but
yeah,
then I
same.
hear it, it's like, wait, are you sure the guy did? You sure that guy passed away? Like, did he pass away halfway through? Was that at the very beginning?
Mm.
What's going on? You wouldn't really tell, man. You wouldn't tell.
I really can't, and you have to give the guy lots of credit for that.
Yeah. But anyway, on to the main chunk of this episode, which is obviously the fight. And friggin' hell, epic, epic, epic.
Oh man.
Been long, for all you guys who listen to our reviews on the mangas, you know that we've been waiting for this thing to be reanimated just for this sole reason of seeing the dirty punches. There's just like all the slow-mos, the weighty feeling behind each of the strikes, man. There's so much depth in it. I love it.
Yeah, it's been actually a while since I watched the anime, and I never can get over those effects, man. Like, where, like, the kind of air pressure that comes off after each blow, and
Yes.
like the connections are just like, damn, those look like they hurt, like, or
That,
did
man,
some damage.
it puts a little tingle in your spine. It just puts a
Yeah,
little tingle in you, man. Every time you just see the zip, bang.
it's
Just
just
every
the
hear
it's
bang, you're just like,
as
love
I
it.
said, the lead ups are just like, when it's just like all slow down, it's like bang, and then it's just like ooh, like
Dude goes flying back a little for each punch, man. You
it's
see them actually
brilliant.
just like slide back and just like, love it.
You gotta love that effects in this, man. It's the one thing I missed a lot of.
But yeah, fight, epic. Only thing I've got to say is it went a hell of a lot faster than it should have.
Yeah,
It was just way too fast. So, you know what I mean?
it's
I mean, like, there was what, 9 minutes for that fight, from start to obviously the end of the episode, and they're already in the fifth round.
mm.
Already.
I'm
What the heck?
actually I'm actually very surprised. I mean, I know we discussed this already, but I was really like shocked to see quite a bit was missing, like from the manga, and it wasn't like, petty scenes or things of not importance. It was like this stuff was actually quite important to the match.
Exactly. A lot of the matches, even a lot of the match was cut down.
Mm.
A lot of it, man. So even when I was watching it, it's just like, this doesn't feel the same as like the
As
fight in a new
yeah,
challenger. There's a lot more commentary over the top. There's
yeah.
not as much kind of like fighting, so they kind of just use that as like a flash forward thing. And
Kind of,
this fight is actually a pretty important fight.
it's very
It's the
important.
fight between fishermen that they both kind of like put their fishermanness on the line. I know
And
that's not even a word, but
no, 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 I agree. But also, you have to remember this is like the first. I think this is the first time that someone challenged Ippo's Dempsey role head on as
exactly.
well.
They didn't really kind of like talk
Go
too much
into
about
that,
that.
yeah, because they said, "Oh, what was it? I'm gonna." Did he
He actually had a whole press
actually say, "I'm
conference.
gonna destroy his Dempsey role and bring him under the sea"?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
because
that in a press
that
conference.
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot missing, and said press conference and the weigh-in as well for when they go in and they check their weight.
Yeah,
That was completely cut out. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll show it in the next one as a flashback, but it would not really make sense now. And yeah, that was an important part because we see like Shimbukuro, like his muscles at its peak, and everyone was like, "Oh my God!" Like it's like he's got muscles upon muscles, and yeah, literally they said that. And even Ippo had grown himself, like in certain areas, like I think he increased the muscle in his back, the
yeah,
mass of that, and things like that. So, a lot of important things were kind of overlooked.
exactly. But anyway, episode pretty much ends with like, Ippo getting knocked back and you see he's suffering from cyanosis.
Cyanosis.
Is that how you
Yeah,
say it?
I think it's cyanosis. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird way of saying it. Which basically means that obviously his body's not getting enough oxygen. And this is obviously because like when they're infighting, they're there holding their breaths, they can carry on, keep going as much as they can. And well, obviously we saw at the beginning that Shimabugoro, he can hold his breath for like 13 minutes.
that's
So that's why he's
ridiculous.
all right. You know, exactly, but he's got some fish lungs on him.
It's like some freaking whale, man. Like, yo,
Well, he's that big, man.
yeah,
Who's not to say that that his lungs ain't that big as well?
his lung capacity must be enormous.
So yeah, pretty much episode ends there on a cliffhanger with like, oh god, what's going on with Ippo?
Suffocated, isn't it? Or as he says, I brought you down to the seabed. So now they're at the bottom of the ocean floor.
Exactly. So overall, what did we think of this episode? Well,
Um,
to be honest, I must say I'm a little bit disappointed.
yeah,
Just for like we've been saying before, a lot of content was missed out and it did feel a little bit rushed.
yeah,
It's like they missed out pretty much all of Ippo's training for this fight. He's like in this whole fight, he was training so much on like pivoting and everything. You see his like big toe got pretty much ripped apart because he's training to like keeping close and be able to get enough power behind each of his twists and his turns.
and pivoting his
Yeah,
weight. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like it just felt a bit disconnected without all that training kind of thing. So it's like there hasn't been too much improvement in him between New Challenger and Rising.
yeah.
So yeah, there's just that disconnect right there. And
It,
then
it's
also,
it, yeah. Go
sorry,
on.
man, go on.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna agree with you because it just feels like that whole Ippo like formula like of oh I've got a tough challenge ahead and it's like there was always those scenes of like him running, doing road work, like, and it was just like at first he'd be crap at it, like what he was, the new technique you'd be trying.
Yeah,
Then eventually, as he got along, you see him mash up, but he's getting better and better, and then it's like, yeah, I'm ready for this. All of that just felt absent. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like that's the whole Ippo formula. It's just like, yeah, start off, get better, and then you're ready for the fight.
exactly. It just
But
feels it feels
yeah,
different, man.
it just,
This new season has pretty much just jumped straight into the match, which is like it's never done that before. Even when New Challenger first started, it
yeah,
was like
and
what
that.
a bit of a flashback, and then it started doing into training, and then a bit later on we met Ricardo Martinez.
Mm.
There was still always that kind of like training first, then the match. To see like okay, this is your new opponent you're gonna fight. Because come on, the last time we kind of like saw anything about Shimo was what the end of New Challenger.
Yeah,
A quick 5 second, oh yeah, this is a new guy he's gonna fight, and you see the poster come down.
and that was
So
about it, and
yeah, there hasn't really kind of like been any of that build up towards this guy, so it kind of just like doesn't show him as important as he should be.
yeah, because he is actually a very important challenger to Ippo.
Exactly, it just kind of makes him out like he's just some next cannon fodder guy.
Yeah, like someone just to get past until they get up to the Saramura fight, which
Yeah,
is still equally important.
yeah, but this one's like a first fight where someone
Mm,
actually outright says, "I'm gonna destroy your greatest move."
yep.
They really kind of, I think they dropped the ball on this one.
I can understand 25 episodes, so they're trying to fit as much as they can in, but like you said, Challenger didn't seem to have a problem with that, and it fit in a lot of important things.
Exactly.
So I don't know. We'll see
And
what happens next, I guess,
exactly.
innit?
And finally, my last disappointment is that they have missed off a giant, amazing arc.
Oh, good.
For
Yes.
anyone who hasn't really read the manga, there is an arc in between the end of the Takamura fight where he beat Brian Hawk to this fight here where Ippo fights Shin Bakuro. Basically, there's like a little flashback arc showing Coach Kamigawa and Nekata back when they were in their prime.
I can't remember. Is it? Yeah, yeah.
Back in like the 50s, 60s, something like that. Basically just showing off when they used to be brilliant boxers, just how they all started, them in the ring, just all that stuff. It was really awesome. It was like 2 volumes worth.
It really, really is brilliant arc because you kind of learn why everyone respects Kamigawa so much, and you know, what's his love for boxing? Not boxing. Um, I keep forgetting Ippo's style. What is it again?
Infighting.
Infighting. That's it. He's adamant like for why he chooses infighting in modern day boxing. It's a lot of stuff you get to learn about him.
Exactly. So for anyone who actually wants to go back and check it out, look for Hajime no Ippo chapter 400, and that is where you'll find it. Chapter 400.
Mm.
Check it out. It's a really good flashback. So yeah, I guess that pretty much ends this here review for episode 1 of Rising. Thought it was pretty good. Just a bit disappointed with what they missed off, but heck, they've still got a lot more good content to go through because they actually
Mm.
did kind of confirm that you got Aoki's match, Takamura's match, and Itagaki's match, which makes me quite happy because that means they're
Yeah,
going a bit further. So yeah, I guess we best look forward to episode 2. We get to see the destruction of the Dempsey role.
that should be good, hopefully. So,
So yeah, you know the usual, guys. Let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up. Really does help. And come on, this is our first anime review, so we hope to get a few.
yeah, hopefully we did well. So,
Hopefully we did all right. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more and check out some of the other videos like the actual Ippo manga chapters redo. So check them out. We'll see you
yes,
soon.
yeah, see you next time, guys.